The patrol team underestimated her, until her storm maneuver saved everyone. The morning mist rolled over the USS Sentinel, hiding a secret no sailor could see, until she appeared. No insignia, no rank, just a woman, and the ship obeyed her. Cannons froze mid-fire, alarms held their breath, even the waves stilled. Every officer and sailor realized the impossible. She wasn't here to watch. She was here to take command, and whatever comes from the horizon, only she can stop it. The morning mist clung to the deck of the USS Sentinel, softening the steel lines and muffling the usual clamor of the patrol crew. Sailors moved quickly between stations, checking ropes, scanning radar, and calling out reports to officers. Everything appeared routine, almost mundane. Yet, at the edge of the observation platform, a ripple of unease stirred. A solitary figure stood there, calm and measured, her dark coat pressed tightly by the wind. No insignia, no name tag, no identification at all. Just a woman, watching the patrol boat as though it had been waiting for her arrival. Ensign Liam Carter noticed her first. He nudged Chief Petty Officer Daniel Briggs. "Do you see her?" Liam asked quietly. "Yeah. Maybe a retired officer, or some visiting dignitary," Daniel shrugged. Liam frowned. "Then why does she look like she owns the deck?" The sailors barely gave her a glance, assuming she was harmless. She didn't flinch at the clanging of metal, the roar of engines, or the booming of the signal horn. She just observed, and the longer Liam watched, the more his gut twisted with unease. Commander Halloran strode onto the deck, clipboard in hand, irritation evident in his tone. "Who authorized the civilian on board my vessel?" "She came with port security, sir," Liam replied. "Credentials verified?" "Assuming they did, sir." Halloran scoffed. "Assuming is a dangerous game at sea." But when he approached, the irritation drained from his expression. There was something in her eyes, a familiarity, a presence, that held him rooted in place. No fear, no threat, just recognition. She didn't retreat or react, only evaluated, silently assessing. "Ma'am," he said carefully, "this deck is restricted during patrol operations." She said nothing. A slight shift in her stance was all. Halloran instinctively took a step back. For the first time, a civilian unsettled him. The horn sounded again. Patrol drills began. Cannons swiveled toward the horizon, radar systems flickered with incoming targets, and sailors took their positions. Routine continued, except for her. Her eyes locked on the forward cannon, a heavy 14-inch turret capable of turning the sea into fire. Liam leaned toward Daniel. Why is she staring at the gun like that? Curiosity? Daniel guessed. No, Liam muttered. She knows something we don't. The gun captain raised his hand. Stand by. But then the impossible happened. His arm froze mid-air. His eyes widened, fixated on the woman. Fire when ready! Halloran barked. The gun captain didn't move. Not a flicker. Not a single breath. He simply stared. Liam whispered, "Does he know her?" Before anyone could answer, the communications officer sprinted onto the deck, tablet trembling in her hands. "Commander, we're receiving an override request. From the deck." Halloran's eyes widened. "Which officer?" "It's not an officer, sir. Civilian ID. The patrol vessel's targeting systems, designed for strict military authorization, began to shift. Automatically, slowly, aligning toward the horizon, toward her. She raised her hand slightly. The cannon obeyed. Not because anyone issued a command, but because she willed it. "Who is she?" Liam muttered. The comms officer's voice shook. "The system. It's granting her command priority above the Admiral's level. It's impossible." She finally spoke, calm, steady. commanding without force. You're pointing the gun in the wrong direction. The wind stilled. The waves froze mid-swell. Even the patrol boat seemed to hold its breath. Liam felt his stomach drop. Wrong direction, but the target. That's not the target, she said softly. The cannon rotated on its own, aiming with perfect precision. Dozens of sailors gasped. Ma'am, the cannon is live, you can't... She raised her hand. The cannon froze. Completely. Not a malfunction, not a glitch. Controlled by presence alone, something no software could imitate. Halloran's heart pounded. You can't possibly have access to this vessel's weapons. She turned to him, expression calm and unwavering. I didn't come to watch drills. I came because danger is approaching. And this ship, it remembers me. Through the fog on the horizon, a massive shadow began to rise. The cannon followed automatically, synced to her silent command. Liam whispered, awestruck. She built it? The crew staggered back. Fear rippled across the deck. The object, immense and metallic, pulsed with a low, threatening rhythm. She exhaled slowly. You wait. You do exactly what I say. The USS Sentinel hummed under her gaze. Systems rebooted, weapons aligned, radar synced. All without a single command from anyone else. The Admiral, silent until now, spoke in a trembling voice. Who are you, really? She finally looked at him, eyes steady, unyielding. You already know. I've been waiting for this vessel, and it has been waiting for me. A terrifying realization swept the crew. She wasn't here to observe. She was here to reclaim command. The shadow on the horizon grew larger, metallic and menacing, cutting through the mist with a low, vibrating hum. Sailors gripped the rails, their breath shallow. Lieutenant Liam Carter swallowed hard. That's not a drill, sir, he muttered. The Admiral's hands clenched the railing. All stations, brace for impact. But the USS Sentinel didn't respond to human commands. Every system, every weapon, every sensor aligned to her. Elara Voss, the unannounced visitor, lifted her hand. The ship seemed to inhale and pulse with her will. The destroyer that silenced this vessel. It's the one that tried to erase me, she said, voice calm yet carrying through the chaos. I will not let history repeat itself. Red targeting beams slashed across the water, tracing the Sentinel's hull. Sailors ducked instinctively, scrambling to cover. Yet the ship's weapons remained dormant. Under her command alone. A subtle tilt of her head, a faint gesture, and the main cannon turned. It tracked the destroyer with predator-like precision. Engines surged, turrets whirred. The gun fired, a thunderous wave crashing across the sea. The destroyer's shot missed, but the Sentinel's return rocked the waves, smoke curling from the enemy deck. Ma'am, fire again, Liam shouted, panic edging his voice. No, she whispered. No more loss today. Her hands rose slowly. The ocean itself seemed to respond. Massive waves lifted, tossing the destroyer sideways, disabling engines and short-circuiting electrical systems. Weapon systems powered down, but the Sentinel remained alive, untouched. The Admiral exhaled slowly, awestruck. Elara, this ship obeys you. She looked out at the horizon, serene, yet unbreakable. It always did. I built its pulse. I am its command. Connor blinked, stunned. You survived the Atlas Strait incident? Her gaze didn't waver. I didn't survive, not the way the world remembers. But the ship, it remembered me. And I remembered it. A silence fell across the deck, heavy and complete. Even the wind seemed to still. Officers and sailors realized the full magnitude of what they'd witnessed. This wasn't a drill. The Sentinel had awakened under her presence, responding beyond human control. The Admiral's voice barely carried above the waves. Then, what now? Elara turned slowly, eyes unreadable yet commanding. Now, we ensure nothing like this ever threatens her, or us again. The disabled destroyer bobbed helplessly in the water. Its crew scrambled in confusion and fear, powerless against the Sentinel's silent authority. Liam stepped back, heart racing. She didn't come just to watch. No, the Admiral said, nodding slowly. She came to reclaim command, to remind the sea who it answers to. Elara raised her hand again. The Sentinel's engines roared, low and alive. Every officer and sailor felt it. This vessel wasn't merely metal and machinery. It was alive in a way they could never have imagined, responding instinctively to her presence. As the horizon cleared, the crew realized a terrifying, awe-inspiring truth. Elara Voss was no visitor, not a civilian, not retired. She was the heartbeat of the Sentinel, its memory, its command, its soul. The ship pulsed under her gaze, alive, responsive, unstoppable. And in that moment, every officer and sailor understood the unspoken truth. She hadn't just returned. She had come to lead, to protect, to reclaim what was always hers. The sea itself obeyed.